Hey, what's up, everybody? Just wanted to do an update on Team RGBA. Here's a picture of them at the all the fighters that went to support September 6th at an event Garcia Promotions promoted called Prospects Collide 2. There's the Josesito Lopez, Lindolfo Delgado, Isidro Ochoa, Carlos Adames, Aaron Mares, Louie Coria, and Ruben Rodriguez. They were all in attendance in support of Ruben Rodriguez, B-Fly, and Alfredo Escarcega. So this is fight week for Josesito Lopez and two other RGBA fighters. Josesito Lopez is from Riverside. He's 36-8. He's fighting John Molina Jr. Yesterday was a media workout, and today, Tuesday, they'll be doing a open gym workout, open to the public, there in LA. If you want to follow Josesito, his Instagram is at Jose Lopez on Instagram. Lindolfo Delgado from Linares, Nuevo León, will be also on the card. He's 10-0 with 10 knockouts. He is a 140-pound super lightweight who's promoted by Richard Schaefer's Ringstar Sports. At Lindolfo Delgado on Instagram if you want to follow him. Misael El Chino Rodriguez, 9-0, 4 knockouts. He is also promoted by Richard Schaefer's Ringstar Sports. He's also an Olympian for Mexico from Parral, Chihuahua. So he will be there this Saturday. He's a middleweight. He fights at 160. At Misael Oti, if you want to follow him on Instagram. Mikey Garcia has been in and out of the gym. He sounds like he did some sparring yesterday there on Monday at RGBA Riverside. He's 39-1, 30 knockouts. There's rumors of him and Danny Garcia. I believe it was him and Danny Garcia as possible opponents for Manny Pacquiao. Was it Danny Garcia? I might be wrong, but Mikey was definitely one of two fighters in the running for that Manny Pacquiao fight, first thing in 2020. If you want to follow him on Instagram, at Team Mikey Garcia. Abner Mares will be doing a meet and greet this Saturday, September 28th, there in LA on Olympic. Follow him for that flyer at Abner Mares on Instagram. Jose Carlos Ramirez, 25-0, 17 knockouts. He just unified in Dallas. He is the current WBC and WBA 140 super lightweight champion. If you want to follow him, he's at JC Ramirez 2012. 2012 is for the year that he was in the Olympics representing the U.S. At JC Ramirez 2012. He's from Avenal, California. Esquiva Falcao, 24-0, 16 knockouts. He is a Brazilian Olympian. His last fight was this summer. And then he is looking to get a title shot at the 160, maybe a national level title. He's been calling out Ryoto Murata, but definitely he's promoted by Top Rank. He trains out of Riverside there with Robert and Pita and Chepe. If you want to follow him on Instagram, he's at Esquiva Falcao. Erick DeLeon, 19-0 with 1 draw. He was scheduled to fight Jason Sosa this summer, and then the fight got postponed. Then the fight got canceled, and then Jason Sosa found another opponent. So sounds like Jason Sosa is now lined up to fight Miguel Berchet sometime soon. So more news coming on Erick DeLeon. He fights at 130. He said there's a probability that he might be moving to 135. He's from Detroit, Michigan, and he's on at Team DeLeon1 on Instagram if you want to follow him in his story. Hector Tanajara from San Antonio, promoted by Golden Boy Promotions, 18-0, 5 knockouts. He just defended his WBC youth title against Ezequiel Aviles. They're on the Vergil Ortiz undercard in Dallas. So he improved to 18-0. If you want to follow him on Instagram, he's at Hector_Tanajara. He, after his fight, he did call out Ryan Garcia. So we'll see if sounds like Ryan Garcia already has somebody lined up to fight November 2nd. Is it November 2nd or December 2nd on Canelo versus Kovalev on the undercard. So maybe in 2020, Hector Tanajara and Ryan Garcia will get in the ring. They're both promoted by Golden Boy Promotions. They both fight at 135. Carlos Caballo Bronco Adames, 18-0, 14 knockouts. His last fight was at Pachanga Casino Resort in Temecula. He is the current NABF and NABO champion at 154. He's from the Dominican Republic. He is promoted by Top Rank at Caballo Bronco on Instagram if you want to follow him. Jackson El Phoenix Marinez, 18-0, super lightweight. He has a fight date of October 4th. On Instagram, he's at L_Phoenix. Jonathan Thunder Navarro, 16-0, 8 knockouts. He's been out of the ring for quite some time now. He called out Luis Feliciano for his national title belt. Once Luis beat Genaro Gamez there in Indio a month or so ago. So if you want to follow Jonathan Thunder Navarro, he's at Thunder Navarro. Carlos Licona, 15-1, 2 knockouts. He was scheduled to fight in Bakersfield. Sounds like that fight fell out. So we'll see what's next for El Mexicanito 12 on Instagram at Mexicanito 12. Joshua El Profesor Franco, 15-1-2. He fought to a draw with Oscar Negrete. He fought a total of 3 times. A draw the first time, and then Joshua got a win there in Orange County, and then they fought to another draw in Indio. At one Professor Franco on Instagram if you want to follow him. He is a Golden Boy promoted fighter. He has fought his entire career with Robert, his entire professional career. He was scouted by Pita in the amateurs at an amateur tournament. If you want to follow him, he's at one Professor Franco. He's from San Antonio. Vergil Ortiz Jr., there you see him with San Diego's Antonio Orozco after his win. I think it was a 6th round knockout. Well, he knocked him down several times, and then the ref stopped it. So technically, I think it's a TKO, not a KO. But that was August 10th. It was his first time headlining his own show. Vergil Ortiz has made the move to 147. So he's the current WBA. I believe they're calling it the gold title. So if you want to follow him, he's at Vergil Ortiz. If you want to follow his dad, who gives us a lot of the behind the scenes on his son's career, at Vergil Ortiz SR. 14-0, 14 knockouts. Joseph Adorno, 13-0, 11 knockouts. He'll be on a show along with his brother, his younger brother, who's 2-0, October 18th in Philly, at Real Joseph Adorno. I believe Joseph Adorno fights at 135. No, he's 130. He fights at 130. And then his younger brother fights at 122, if I'm not mistaken. Jeremy Magic Hands Adorno. So they'll be on the same bill there in Philly, at Magic Hands _Jeremy if you want to follow him on Instagram. And then John El Terrible Bauza on that same card, also promoted by Top Rank. 13-0, 5 knockouts. October 18th there in Philly, at Real John Bauza. John Bauza fights at 140 if I'm not mistaken. Louie Coria, 12-2-0. He was scheduled to fight on the Tyson Fury undercard along with Isidro Ochoa. For some reason that fight was canceled. So news coming soon on at King Louie 416. Alejandro Guerrero, 10-0, 9 knockouts. Had big news. He just got signed to a contract with Cameron Duncan. Cameron Duncan has other great fighters like Brandon Lee and Jaron Boots Ennis. So Cameron Duncan, a longtime friend of Robert Garcia. If you want to follow Pork Chop, he's at PorkChop _214. He's from Dallas, Texas. Jesse Bam Rodriguez this summer headlined his own show there in a city called Floresville near San Antonio. He's 10-0. He's the only RGBA fighter promoted by Tekken Promotions. At 210 Bam, if you want to follow him. He has been fighting at 108. Could potentially move to flyweight at 112. Brandon Bulletproof Glanton, 10-0. He had a fight over the summer in Minneapolis on a PBC card. So at Team Bulletproof, if you want to follow him on Instagram. Jose Ruben Rodriguez, he goes by Ruben. He's 9-0. He just fought. He just headlined on the Prospects Collide 2 there in San Bernardino on September 6th. He's scheduled to fight again November 2nd in Carson on a top ranked card. So he's pretty much going to fight 7 or 8 times this year. He's very active. He's 140. Fights at 140. So he has tons of great sparring with Jose Carlos Ramirez, the world champion. Who else is at 140? Lindolfo Delgado. There's 5 or 6 very talented fighters at 140 in the stable. So Ruben Rodriguez scheduled for November 2nd there in Carson. He is from Indio. He is I believe he's one of 3 boys. All of them fight. Sounds like Jacob no longer fights, and Ruben has had a long layoff, but now fights currently. And there's a potentially for the youngest brother, I believe his name is Manny. He goes by Manny Trey on Instagram. Might pro debut next year or in the future. So if you want to follow him and follow his career, from Indio at Ruben MR _. Genaro El Conde Gamez 9-1. He has a fight scheduled for October 24th. No details. There you see him in a picture with his brother with the shades on, and then there you see his dad next to Robert to the far left. So Genaro El Conde Gamez made the move to 140. We don't know if he's going to try to make 135. He had a very tough fight with Luis Feliciano from Rancho Cucamonga. So he's promoted by Golden Boy Promotions. We have no details of the location or an opponent. So if you want to follow him and stay close to his career, at Genaro Gamez on Instagram. Aaron the Silencer McKenna, 8-0, 5 knockouts. News on him coming soon, at Aaron MCK99. Ray Danger Muratalla will be on that Carson Top Rank show on November 2nd, along with Ruben Rodriguez. He is from Fontana. And if you want to follow him on Instagram, he's at Ray_Muratalla1. Alfredo Escarcega suffered a draw versus a tough opponent. He was hurt during the fight, but he came back from being hurt. So 8-0 with 1 draw. This was on the Prospects Collide 2 card on September 6th in San Bernardino. So if you want to follow him, he's at AE.JR. Aaron Morales, 8-0, 3 knockouts. He earned a 7th round TKO over his opponent there in Bakersfield on the PBC card on FS. It was on FS1. So he improves to 8-0. He fought 5 times in 2018, and he's already fought 3 times this year. At Aaron_Morales, there you see him with stablemate Biggie Rodriguez. He's from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Isidro Ochoa suffered his first loss of his career. He was on the Tyson Fury undercard on September 14th. So he's remained very positive based on his Instagram post, and he's going to bounce back. Robert Biggie Rodriguez improves to 6-0. I believe he fights at 112. He fought in Bakersfield along with Aaron. So he improved to 6-0 with 3 knockouts. I believe he fights at 112. At BiggieJR_. Brian Lua, there has been no activity from Brian Lua. He's from the Central Valley RGBA. He has been seen in some pics out there with some amateur fighters, and along with Isidro Ochoa. At Brian_Lua, he's promoted by Top Rank. Ivan Garcia was scheduled to make his RGBA debut and also his US debut on September 6th at the Prospects Collide 2 card, but it sounds like his opponent didn't pass the medical exams, so unfortunately his fight was canceled. He's 5-0. He's from Paris, a city here in Riverside County, and shout out to Cumbia for that picture. And his Instagram is at Ivan_Garcia. Replace the A in Ivan with the number 3. At Ivan_Garcia. He fights at 118. Breenan B-Fly Macias is 4-0 with 2 draws, 2 knockouts. He had a 4-round win there in Prospects Collide September 6th. At B_Fly301. Alexis El Macizo Espino, 4-0, 2 knockouts. He had 4 fights in 7 months. His pro debut was in Tijuana in February. Then he fought in Rhode Island, fought in Las Vegas, and then he just very recently fought in Hermosillo, Sonora, in Mexico. So he is promoted by Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing, and you can follow him at _Alexis Espino 1. He's from Las Vegas. Stevie Hitman McKenna has a date scheduled for October 10th. He's 3-0 with 3 knockouts. He fights at 140. There you see him in a picture sparring RGBA stablemate El Phoenix Jackson Marinez. If you want to follow him, he's at Stevie_McKenna. Evan Sanchez from the Central Valley RGBA, 5-0, 3 knockouts. No updates on him. At Real Evan Sanchez. Brandon Bam Bam Rios, 35, 5-1. No updates on him as well. If you want to follow updates on Izaac Colunga, you can follow at Carrie Colunga or Shelly_Shell12, his aunt or a family friend, Dodger Girl 19. Izaac is a fighter who was the victim of a drive-by shooting and is currently paralyzed. So he was out in Colorado, and Mikey and Robert put on a show this summer where all the proceeds from the event were going to go help him and his family pay for some of his medical bills. So if you want to follow Izaac, he's at team_Colunga. Here's a picture of some of the fighters that fought at the SoCal tournament in Menifee. And then here's they had a sparring session a couple weeks ago there at the gym. They got 3 rings now. They've expanded the gym, so they've been able to invite more teams to Riverside to fight. There you see in the very middle Joelito Hernandez, one of the local kids that fights out of RGBA Riverside. Garcia Promotions has been very active this year. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They ran 6 shows between Dallas and San Bernardino this year, and more shows coming next year. Shout out to Zeferino Ramirez, Zef, who helped them out promoting these and putting these cards together. So the official record is for the pro record is 60 wins, 6 losses, 4 draws. The 4 losses in the beginning of the year were Josesito Lopez versus Keith One-Time Thurman, Mikey versus Spence, Carlos Licona had a loss, and then Brandon also had a loss in TJ. Then in the second quarter, they were undefeated. They went 19-0-0. And then in this third quarter, they have 2 losses, one with Isidro Ochoa and the other one with Genaro Gamez. So 66-4. Their amateur record is 24-9. This is the first year they've stepped on the gas. That Pita has been able to take some of their young talent to some of the local tournaments here in Southern California. So I want to give a credit to Cumbia, who's the official photographer of the team, and then to any fighters, trainers, and media of all the fighters who post on their Instagrams to let us stay updated. So shout out to Ellie from ES News, Rainbow from Fight Hype. Who else gives us great content? Vergil Ortiz Jr., who always gives us content into behind-the-scenes footage on Vergil Ortiz. There's tons of people. Rick Merizian always gives us great content on what is going on with Jose Carlos Ramirez. So thank you to everybody. I'm Sontail Media on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at Sontail_media. You can follow me on Instagram, Sontail_media. Hope you like the video. More videos coming soon. Thanks.